goodness. Of course. Hello, good evening, Jolly Tea Drinkers. Are you in? I think I am. Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. Yes, I kind of popped up a little bit. I gave you only like a 15-minute warning. And jumped on. Hello. Good evening and welcome, Jolly Tea Drinkers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? So glad to have you here joining me this Monday evening. How are you doing? Hello. Hello, hello. Hi. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So tonight's scripture is found in the book of Romans, chapter 5, verse 18. And it reads, "Therefore, as by the offense of one, judgment came upon all men to condemnation, even so by the righteousness of one, the free gift came upon all men unto justification of life." I'm so grateful that, what happened in the Garden of Eden, the disobedience, it that's what allowed sin into our world, into our lives, and God's obedience allowed us to be justified, like just as if I had not sinned. We have the ability to be cleansed by the blood of Jesus, and I'm just so grateful, Father, for that sacrifice that you made for us. So the book of Romans, the scripture, reminds us of that great sacrifice, and we praise God. Hello, Coloring with TaylorMade. Hi, how are you? Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Thank you for joining me. This feels like a pop-up because I only posted maybe 15 minutes before I went live. And but you made it anyway, so thank you so much. I was trying to take today as a rest day, and so I didn't do like the setup earlier in the day as I should have. I just kind of tried to rest a little bit. So, but thank you. I'm so glad you're able to make it. Hello, good evening. We are using my Ohuhu markers. I just went over our scripture, and I'm going to use our markers this evening with the two tips, our dual-sided maca fun things with this one is the chisel broadside, and the other side, the one that I like to use the most, is the nice fine point to help me stay within the lines. If you are, hello, good evening. If you're new and just stopping by, feel free to jump in the chat. Let me know if there's a color that you would like to see on this page. I just grabbed the green randomly, so feel free to let me know if there's a different color that you would like to see. And yes, I'm making my sunshine a little bit green with the green rays. Why not, I'm an artist. I get to make fun, interesting choices like that. If you are new, I enjoy color suggestions, so feel free to jump in the chat. Let me know if there's a color you'd like to see. And as you can see, I sometimes color outside of the traditional scope of what colors should go where. So that's why my sun right here has some green sun rays instead of the traditional yellow. But it's fun. Feel free to jump in. Let me know if there's something you want to say, and I will be happy to oblige. I'm using my Ohuhu markers. I have 2 sets of 48. So I'm using multiple colors here, multiple shades of green and yellow and red and blue and all the good stuff. So I started with this nice green one. We got some green in our leaves. I will still use some yellow. Let's see what we got here. Of course, I'll still get some yellow in there, but I wanted to try some different colors for the sunrise tonight. So I think I'll continue using some other fun colors as well to see what that looks like. Yes. And we're using Ohuhu markers. I left the link in the description if you would like to see the exact ones that I'm using, so you can see what colors are available, or so you can get yourself your own pack of Ohuhus. Now this is the series that's called Landscape and Illustration. Well, the name of these particular markers is, at least. These are not the Honolulu series that all the cool kids are using. I haven't gotten there yet, but it's on my not so secret wish list, so I do plan to try them at some some point. Right now I decided to go with these ones to get me started and see how I like them. You know, you gotta try some things first to see. I'm gonna go with yellow right here and see what this looks like. So how was your day? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Did you have a stressful Monday? What's your Monday mood? What's that like for you? And are you back from vacation? I know that some people had vacation, like there was school vacation last week. If you work in the school system and you are a teacher, a staff member, you probably also had vacation. So how was vacation for you? Did you rest? Do you miss laying on the beach? Yeah, I know. Like once you take time off to just rest, it can be hard to get back into the work grind again. Um, I really don't usually take vacations, so I don't know what that's like. But every so often I try to take a day of rest. Like today, I tried to take a day of rest. So it was really nice. I just kind of caught up on just laying down and trying to do nothing. And I also watched a couple of shows. You know, you can stream everything. But yeah, I caught up on some shows and just tried to just kind of relax. And it was nice. I actually, now that we're at the end of the day, kind of, I'm thinking, man, I wish I had multiple days of rest in a row, which is what a vacation is. I mean, that's exactly what a vacation is. So I think it's just funny. I just have to learn how to be better at strategizing my days off so that it will be a vacation instead of just a day off here and there. But yeah, some people are really good at taking vacations. I'm trying to learn those lessons and apply them to my life. Let's see. So I got some green, I got some yellow, and I think I want to do a little bit of, I haven't been doing much purple. I think we might need a little purple action in here. 234, or something that's purple-ish. About 232. That one might be more pink than purple. Let's try it and see. Actually, you know what might look nice here? Some orange. What do you think? 165. Let me grab that. 165. Oh, when I call out numbers, I'm calling the numbers that are on the marker. Let's try that. Some orange might look nice here with this green and yellow combination for our sun rays, our unusual sun rays. Yeah, I like it. It's working for me. It's working for me. I'll add it in some more. I was thinking about adding some purple, but maybe not. Let me know if there's a color you'd like to see on our sun rays. As you can see, there's still some I haven't colored yet. So I would enjoy putting one of your color suggestions on the sun rays. I should definitely add some more green. That's what I need in here. A little bit more green. I'm gonna add the orange right here. Yeah. So was your day stressful? How did it go today? Did you get along with your coworkers? Did you get the kids to school on time? Did you have a good lunch break? I know, so many variables in your day. I'm glad you were able to get here for some calm, peaceful moments of self-care, just to kind of calm yourself down at the end of a busy day. I'm gonna add some orange over here too. is very important. Taking time for yourself is very important. Just taking that time to just kind of rest, sit quietly, calm your mind, calm the anxious thoughts. It's really helpful. And the coloring helps a lot with that. Art therapy, if you will. Think of all the colors that you can put on your page. Think of all of the things that you can do with your coloring page. And you can use that to kind of let out some stress in your day. I'm thinking about adding this purple in here. What do you think? Will that work? Or should it be pink? Maybe it should be more pink. Let's see. This one is 232. 232. Like a softer pink. This one might be a little too... You might need something that goes along with this type of color. 231. Maybe more of a... Okay, I got it. Let's see. I'm gonna go with this one, 218. Maybe. What do you think? 218 might be a little dark. Maybe 673. 673. Let's keep it. 673. Really? This one? 673? Okay. Let's try this one. This is like a purplish color in here. I might still grab a pink color as well. I just figured it might be nice to try a different color in our sun rays. There we go. Add some over here. There we go. Do you have your tea? Or is it too early for you to drink tea right now? Isn't it great that spring is here and the days are getting longer? So this time around in like November, or even January, felt like, okay, it's time to kind of get ready for bed. But this time right now, it feels like, oh, I've still got so much more daylight left to go. I've still got so much time left in my day. I'm gonna add some more green over there. And that's one of the things I really appreciate about the spring, this time of year, when it's like the days are getting longer. They start earlier in the morning and they end later at night. And you feel like, you know what? I have time to get a walk in. I have time to, call someone. I have time to see how someone's doing. I have time to do more in my day. That's the way I feel about this time of the year. It's the same 24 hours, but it just feels different this time of year. I like that. And let me see that real quick. Hold on a second. And let's see. Sorry, I have to take care of something. There we go. All right. And sorry, sometimes you gotta handle something when it comes up and you're live. But yes. Well, that's good because you know what? I can handle a couple more things because I have more time, even though it's the same 24 hours. So here we go. I got some purple, some orange, some yellow. I'm starting to think, does this feel a little too fall-like? We'll get some pastels in here for our cup maybe, and for our leaves. That might be a really good idea. Yeah, I can make the leaves multicolored like we did the other night. We made our leaves some multicolored fun leaves. Like that. So we'll do that. Here's where we can use some bright colors all around here. I like the idea of that. So let me see what I can make happen here. I'm thinking something super bright, different. I have an orange that's really, really bright, but we've used orange over here already. So perhaps we can use, what color would you like to see? Oh, I haven't used blue yet. I can put a blue in here. Let's see what blue we have available. It might look nice. Maybe 2, 7, and 9. Let's pump that one out. Actually, I'm going to do 2, 9, 8 because I like how that looks on the page. Alright, so I'm going to use this one, this lovely blue, for our cup. Maybe we can use another blue for the trim or on our leaves. Let me know what you think. Oh, that's lovely. I'm going to attempt to be neat tonight and not color outside of the lines. Let's see. Let's see if I'm successful. All right. You see how you see a little bit of, little streak action in there. That's okay. I'll go through after and try to fill it in a little bit more. We'll do that. All right. Our pretty blue cup. What color should I use for the trim? I'm thinking some kind of bright pink. Let me see what I can find here. Something bright. Definitely want something bright. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take the other side, this little wide chisel side. I'm just going to do this just to try to fill in a little bit more so it doesn't look so faded in the middle. Just to drop some more ink in there. And attempt not to make any new streaks. There we go. Hopefully when it dries, it'll dry without any streaks. All right, and then I want a nice bright pink around the trim. 190. This one right here. So I'm thinking up here can still be blue. Maybe I'll make these little trim sections this pink and the handle. And maybe around the bottom of the plate. What do you think? That might work. Here, let me do that first. And the top part. Here we go. I'm thinking of making this part pink and maybe this part yellow. And then I can still make this handle pink. And I can make the plate itself, just keep the plate blue. All right, that's where we're going with this. There we go. Well, I'm grateful for this Monday mood. It was actually relaxing. It's a relaxing mood that I'm in right now. So I'm grateful that I'm not feeling stressed, although I can think of all the things I have to worry about. But I'm trying to not worry about them right now. I want to just be in a nice, calm Monday mood, you know? And I'm choosing to worry about those items tomorrow morning when the alarm goes off. I want to be in a nice, calm, soothing Monday mood. How about you? Are you in a calm, soothing Monday mood? Or are you stressed? It's the beginning of the week, already stressed. I know the feeling. Okay, so I'm gonna make this pink. I'm also gonna make the bottom part pink. There we go. Hey, there we go. And the handle as well, I'm gonna make that pink. And you know what? We're in the last days of April, guys. Can you believe it? At first, the year started in a way where it felt like it was going so slow. Then all of a sudden, somewhere, I don't know, end of February or something, it all of a sudden started to pick up mid-February, I would say. And it's just like now, all of a sudden, we're at the end of April. And I'm just like, what? How did we get here so fast? How did we do it? I think I want to make these yellow. So let me do those before I get this pink, just in case that color outside the lines. Then I can cover it over. So should I use the same yellow? I'm gonna. This same yellow right here. But yeah, we're almost at the end of April. We only have a few days left. And you know what? In just a few days, it's gonna be May. It's gonna be May. A friend of mine sent me that there's that meme that happens every year where it's like a picture of Justin Timberlake from around the year 2000. And it says it's gonna be May from the song that they had in sync back in the day. And so every year, at the end of April, I get a text from this one friend who remembers it every year. It's so hilarious. And it always says, in just a few days, it's gonna be May. And it makes me laugh every year. Every year it makes me laugh. And it's so funny how I forget all about it until I get that text. I forget all about it until that text comes through. There's that. And also in May, you have the May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. People, I was getting that one too. From people at work. I was like, okay. From one person at work, really. So it's all these little cute things that people come up with to make themselves laugh every year. And you know what? Sometimes it's good to make yourself laugh, right? No, it's always good to make yourself laugh. We have to take care of ourselves and, allow joy to fill our hearts, even in the middle of stressful situations. All right, I got my pink right here. My little pink and blue cup with some yellow trim. I think it's cute. I actually think I want to take these 3 colors and use them for my leaves too. Too much? little? Well, we're gonna see what it looks like. Yep, that's right. I'm making my leaves pink and blue. I'm gonna add some blue in there. That works. I'll probably still add some green, but I wanted to do a little something different. A little different. Yes. There we go. The other thing I like about the weather changing in this time of the year is that as it gets warmer, I can go outside and walk. I don't like to walk in the cold. I know you can walk all year round, but I would prefer to walk when it's warm outside, you know? So I'm excited to just be able to go for more walks outdoors. Of course, you have to like schedule it so you don't so you don't end up, you know, skipping your walk. So easy to skip exercise sometimes. But we definitely need our exercise. And, you know, taking a walk outside is a really great way to get that exercise. It's also a great way to put yourself in a great Monday mood. Adding some pink onto our leaves. If you're just stopping by, hello and good evening. Welcome to our calm coloring session. Feel free to jump in the chat and let me know if there's a color that you would like to see on this page. I'm using my Hoo markers. And I've got 2 packs of 48. That's right, 2 packs of 48 markers. And I'm using all of them. So if there's a color that you would like to see, I'm pretty sure I have it right here in my containers. Just let me know what you'd like to see. I'll do my best to accommodate your request. Let's see, I'm gonna do some more pink over here. A little bit right here too. All right, let's see what other color we can add. I definitely will get some yellow. First, I will add some green. We'll add some green in there to some of these lovely areas. I'm gonna add some right here. Maybe a little right there too. There we go, some nice green with that pink. I think that's a nice combination right there. Green and pink. So right there. I'm also going to add some of the other colors. Maybe this. I just realized I didn't put any pink right here. I don't know how I missed that. But it's okay. All hope is not lost. We can grab our pink marker and add some. There we go. And put some right here. Add some right there. There we go. Lovely. So how are you spending your Monday evening? Are you relaxing and watching me color? Are you in the middle of cooking dinner? Well, I'm happy to have you join me. I think I might want to make this green, but maybe a different color would be nice. Let's see what we can do here. Let me try some blue in there. I think I want to use a different blue. I'm using this blue, but let's see what it looks like amongst these colors. Oh, that looks nice with that pink. I think it's nice. We have another multicolored leaf coloring page like the other night. I might want to make that yellow. I'm thinking about it. Today I was drinking my peach. I should have it. I don't know why I don't ever have it here on to show you. My peach, it's like a peach oat milk tea. It's a Dessert by Deb tea blend. If you've never heard of the tea company Dessert by Deb, please take a look. Go to the website, dessertbydeb.com. I actually left a link in the description. And this is a wonderful Canadian tea company. And she crafts the most delicious tea blends. And they're all inspired by desserts. So it's just really, really yummy. And she has tea for a tea blend that's created that's reminiscent of a bunch of different fun desserts. It's just a really great tea company to check out if you are a tea lover, as I am. I would encourage you to just take a look, stop by that website and check it out. Great teas. She makes great teas, great tea blends. Very yummy. I like them a lot. So I've been drinking those. And cold brew season is coming up, so I'm going to start to make some of the cold brew ones that I have from that company. But today I was drinking that particular one. It's called, I believe it's called Peach Oat Milk Soft Serve. I need to double check that. But it was really good. And it was warm. I did it, I created it, brewed it warm. So it was a nice warm tea. I enjoyed it. So yes, if you're looking for a new tea to try, if you're feeling like trying something new, check out Dessert by Deb. Great tea company. Great tea company. And I'm not an affiliate. This is just my own true endorsement. Great company to check out. And yeah, I have a few companies that I really enjoy, so I think it's worth checking out if you are a tea lover. I do have to go back and restock. I have a bunch of teas that I need to go back and get more of. I'm running out. I haven't restocked in a while. So the last batch that I purchased was from Dessert by Deb. And that was back in, January? Yeah. So I'm running out. I need to get some more of this is actually pretty good for me because I usually drink so much tea that it really does run out like every other week. I have to buy more in times past. I'm doing better with self-control, with discipline this year. So I have not, it's been slow running out this time, which is really amazing for me. Really amazing. But yeah, I need to go back and get go through my cupboards, see what I'm in need of, and then place some orders because I'm definitely low. Whenever I reach for something and I see that it's low, I'm like, oh, I have to order some more. But then I, have to actually do that. I haven't. It's like on the back burner of my mind. It's like I've got to order some more of those tea bags. Okay, yeah, got to order some more of that loose leaf. So yeah, I got to get to that. Let's see. We still have our big sunshine. Should we make it yellow? And what about our tea? Should we make it green? I'm thinking yellow. You know what? I think I might make it a bright yellow though, like 120. So it'll be a really big bright yellow. And I can make the cheeks pink, as I often like to do. But yes, listen, cold brew season is upon us. And that is also one of my favorite times of the year. And I'm so excited for it. If you are a tea lover, you know what cold brew season is. Cold brew season, well, first of all, cold brew tea is when you brew your tea in cold, like in cold water. You brew it cold. So normally when you make tea, you boil some tea in a kettle, you get your tea bag or your loose leaf tea, and you pour the hot water over the tea bag and you make your tea that way. That's the normal way. Cold brew is the process where you put your tea bag into, I use mason jars, into a mason jar, or a different, container. You pour water over it, room temperature or cold water, and you leave it in the fridge overnight, and it brews overnight. So when you take it out in the morning or in the afternoon, you have a freshly brewed cup of tea that's cold, which is perfect for, the hot weather. When the seasons are hot and you want to drink something cold, you can still enjoy your favorite teas, but they'll be cold. And so I enjoy cold brew tea season. That is like one of my favorite seasons. It's perfect for summer. And there's certain teas that are just better. They taste better and cold. Or that certain companies create their teas specifically for cold brewing. And it's just so good. That they're usually like fruity teas. Yes, yes, you should try to make some. It's easy. It's really easy. It's not a heavy process. I know some people like to do what they call sun tea, which is like you put the tea bag in the pot with the water and you leave it out in the sun all day. This is different. This is put the tea bag in the water, leave it in the fridge overnight, and in the morning it's done. And I prefer that because it's cold. It's refreshing. And you still get your nice fruity flavor, and it's healthier than drinking juice. So if you're someone who's trying to quit the sugar or cut down on the sugar significantly, then cold brew tea is where it's at. You can find teas that are fruity that have no added sugar in them, because the fruit itself already, usually has its own sugar, natural sugar in it. So you can find teas that have no added sugar, and they're just as good. You can add your ice cubes. You can have, you can put it in you can make your mocktails, your summer mocktails if you're someone who doesn't drink alcohol. And yeah, it's really great. I really enjoy cold brew tea season. Nope, I don't put sugar in my tea. Um, I I usually like the taste of them without the sugar. I don't have to add anything to sweeten them. I guess it depends on the tea too. The ones that you choose. There's some that have a natural sweetness to them, uh, that is better. So like I don't. If you're getting like what's it called, like an Earl Grey tea, those ones have a particular flavor to them that maybe you need a little sweetener in there. But if you're getting a herbal tea, a fruity herbal tea blend, usually you don't need to add sweetener to it. It has its own wonderful, unique flavor, um, to it. You just have to find the right ones or find the flavors that you like. And I can totally recommend the ones that I like, the ones that I know. And I'm a picky eater, so I'm a picky drinker as well. um, so, so for me to find ones that work, and stick with them, I have a bunch that I have found over the years. So I can totally recommend some if you are finicky or if you're someone who's not sure and you're kind of trying to figure them out. Yes, they're really good. Um, and so, yeah, so Dessert by Deb, that tea company has a lot of great teas that are wonderful for cold brew tea season. So does Tiesta Tea, which is another great company. I have a link for a couple of these in the description. But yeah, Tiesta Tea, they make one. I need to buy some of that for this year. Um, they make a one called Cherry Punch, and it's just it tastes like Jolly. If you're a certain age, those old school Jolly Rancher cherry candies, the sticks or the little candies that were cherry Jolly Ranchers. That's what it tastes like to me. I love it. No sugar added. Sometimes the teas have sugar in them, but that one, I don't believe that one has sugar in it. I can double check, but I don't believe that one has added sugar in there. It's just the blend. You know, there's certain tea companies that are really great with creating a perfect blend where you don't need to add sugar. Um, so you just gotta look at the package or look at the ingredients list when you go online to look at it. They also make one called Blueberry Wild Child. Again, no added sugar, and it's great. It tastes like blueberries, um, like a blueberry juice, if you will, but it's not sweet. Like it's not sugary sweet. Um, but you don't, to me, you don't miss that sweetness. Now, of course, you can always add some sweetness if you really want to. You can add your honey or your agave or whatever you choose to add to sweeten up your tea. I remember when I first started exploring these different teas and different tea companies, I was trying to add sugar to them because I thought that's just what I needed to do. I needed to, make them sweet. And what I found was when I added a sweetener, it would change the flavor of the tea. So that also encouraged me to not add sugar because I didn't want to change the flavor um, of the tea. Oh, look at that. There's our sunshine, all bright. So yeah, the sweetener does change the flavor. So honey changes the flavor. Um, Cane sugar changes the flavor. They all slightly change the flavor. So you have to either add like a little teeny amount of it or don't add it at all. That's just my opinion. Um, and it depends on your flavor, like what you like, what you want to drink, what you want your drink to taste like. But yeah, I go without sugar in my tea. I used to add, there was one that I was drinking called New England Breakfast. It's from this company called Harney and Sons. You can find them online, New York-based company. And it's a black tea and it has like a maple flavor, maple leaves in it. Um, and it has no added sugar. But what I used to do was I used to add maple syrup to it just to kind of give it that extra, like dessert feeling, yumminess. And it tasted great, but I was adding so much. And then once I started, I couldn't stop. I needed to add, maple sugar every time I drank it. And it became like my fun, almost like a dessert type of tea situation. And so I had to. So this year, I was telling myself, no, we're not gonna. I'm trying to cut back on sugar. So I'm telling myself, hey, you know what? Do not, um, don't add sugar to your teas. These teas are great on their own. They don't need added sugar. So that's what I've been doing. I've been not adding any sugar. I've been drinking my New England breakfast tea, no added sugar, and it tastes great. It tastes just fine. It doesn't need sugar. It's only like when you're craving sugar that you add it. And it is true, sugar is so addicting. Sugar is an addictive substance. I've been trying to severely cut sugar from my, daily diet. And it's a challenge because so many things have sugar in them, or there's just so many the taste of the sweetness. You're so used to it that you kind of crave it. Um, and I was a big, cupcake, brownie, cookie eater. Oh my gosh, couldn't tell me anything. I was like cupcakes, cookies all the time, and so I was trying to, just do overall health. So one of the ways that I'm doing that is by trying to cut my sugar intake. I haven't cut it completely from my life. I still have sugar, but but uh, but I don't have it nearly as much as I did even say in December because I started this journey in January of this year. So yeah, I've been really kind of cutting back on it and trying to just pull back and be like, you don't need to have sugar with your tea. You don't need to have sugar with everything. It's not necessary. And I was a big peanut butter and jelly sandwich eater. I still am. But I found this jelly that has no added sugar in it. The ingredients are the ingredients are grapes, dates, like the little fruit, a date, and lemon juice and chia seeds. I was looking at those ingredients like, where's the sweetness? Where's the sugar? But I tried it and I like it. Yes, listen, I think that we all are addicted to sugar. We just don't realize it yet. Or some people realize it and they're trying to cut it. But yeah, once you realize that it's an addiction, you know, you have to like you have to then deal with it like that. And I still think I have 10 more miles to go in order to beat the addiction, but but I've cut it down. I would say I've cut the sugar out of my life. Okay, let me not make a bigger number than it is. At least half of what I used to before, more than half. So maybe I've cut 60% of the sugar from my life, I would say. Yeah, I would say maybe around 60, which is amazing for me if you know me. Sugar. Hey, La Sharika at home. Oh, that's so kind. I'm so glad you like it. Thank you for stopping by. We were just talking about sugar addiction. I was just talking about my love for sugar in times past. I'm trying to beat it. I'm trying to beat that sugar craving. So I don't put it in my tea. And let me see. I think I want to use this same color. Should I use the same? And now I'm into this outlining of the page. So I think I'm gonna either outline it with this bright yellow, or with this pink. I'm gonna do pink. But yeah, you don't need sugar in your tea. I'm telling you, you really don't. All it takes is it's how you brew it. Even like a green tea or a black tea, sometimes you can have some tea and it tastes bitter. But I think that happens because you used water that's too hot to brew it. So when you use the water that's too hot, it pulls more of what they call the tannins from the tea, and it put from the tea bag and it puts it into your tea. So then it tastes more bitter. But if you brew it without water that's super hot and boiling, it won't taste bitter. Yeah, yeah, the sugar. Listen, it's hard. It is hard. It is hard. So, you're not alone in this. It is a hard thing. But it's like one of those things that you have to make up in your mind, like purposefully make up in your mind, okay, I'm gonna not eat the sugar or I'm gonna cut it out. And I think that's what I'm doing right now. I haven't completely cut it out of my life. I'm being honest. It's still there. But what I did was I started first with substitutes. So instead of like the cane sugar, I tried the agave or I tried the maple syrup. But it's like you have to have like a period of time where you just don't have the sugar to cut it out. But it's hard. It is hard. So right now, and I used to do like I still do, but I would make so to go to work sometimes I would make these little baked goods, I guess. And it's pretty much just flour, sugar. It would be flour, sugar, and maybe like some shredded coconut, and water. It would just be like something simple like that. But like, I'd add sugar, I would add vanilla, I would add maybe cinnamon, powdered cinnamon or some kind of lemon oil. So it'd be like a little mini muffin of sorts, like a little mini biscuit. I would make those and bring those to work with me. But I was adding so much sugar in there. And so what I've tried to do now is I've told myself you can do those treats once a week because I was doing it like every day, to go to work every day or, every couple, like 5 days a week at least. So now I'm like, okay, you can do that kind of treat, but it's like once a week. And so first of all, I switched over to like a gluten-free flour to try that. But I also have like a regular wheat bread flour. I discovered the other day, and bread flour doesn't have anything in it except for wheat. So I'm trying that too. But what I'm doing is I switched over to coconut sugar, coconut brown sugar, and I'm measuring it out because before I would just shake the bag into the you just shake the bag, like no measuring needed. You just shake the bag into your mixing bowl and that was it. But now I'm like, you have to measure it out. That way you know exactly how much you're eating. And I'm doing the same thing with salt because I'm trying to manage the salt as well. I'm trying to be more disciplined with that. So I'm trying to measure everything out so that I don't just shake because it's so easy when you shake things into a bowl or into a pot. You don't know how much you're actually putting in there. And before you know it, you can be, shaking the maximum amount of salt or sugar that you should be eating in a day. Because there is a recommended daily amount of salt and sugar that they recommend, especially for women. And I never paid attention to that number before. But this year, I'm paying attention to that number. I'm trying to be healthier. So I'm doing that. I'm also entering the information to like a little food app, and that counts the salt, it counts the sodium intake, it counts the sugar intake, so that I can also kind of keep track that way too. So I try to put that in before I eat, like before I even eat the thing. I put it, I'll put it in the app. Like, okay, I'm gonna have a certain amount of pasta. I'll get the wheat, the organic wheat pasta. I'll try to measure it out. And then if I'm doing some kind of pasta sauce on it and it's just like a one meal, like one just for me type of thing, now I'm pouring the amount of sauce into the measuring cup that is the serving size. So the serving size is usually half a cup, and I'm pouring that into the measuring cup, and then I pour it into the pot so that I can know exactly how much I ate. And then I can put that in my food app. Like I just put one serving of pasta sauce, and that one serving of pasta sauce is like almost 500, uh, um, 500, what is it, milligrams of of salt. Um, and it's like, yo, I mean, then I try to map out what I'm going to eat for the rest of the day. Like, this is a lot. Like, how much more sodium can I get in through these meals? So it just helps you to think better and make better decisions for your health, because ultimately it's about your health. There's so many diseases that are linked to the sugar, that are linked to the salt intake, and the effect that those things have on our bodies. Because you can have sugar, you can have salt. It's just that, like, we go overboard. Because that's just what we know from growing up. We go overboard. So I'm just trying to be better, a little bit more disciplined in that, so that I can stop any potential diseases. Um, because you think about sometimes um, in families, there are certain families where high blood pressure runs, diabetes is running, and it's like, I think that there are a lot of diseases. I'm learning that there are a lot of diseases that can be prevented just by changing your diet. There are diseases that can be healed just by changing your diet. So it's like, the cutting sugar alone can help stop a bunch of things. It's wild. But the hardest thing is saying no to the sugar. That's the hardest thing. Like I've always been a big candy eater. When I was a kid, eating candy, eating cookies. Like I was all about the cookies, the brownies, the cake, the cupcakes. It was all about that. Um, and now I'm like, listen, let me be smart. Let me be smart. Let me just, I'm trying to be smart for myself rather. So yeah, it's a discipline thing though. It really is a discipline thing. It's me telling myself I don't need that, you know. And so far this year, let me see, I've been pretty good so far this year because I'm putting it in the app, I'm writing it down, I'm measuring it out. And I'm really thinking about it every time. So that's the other thing too, is you want to make your health a lifestyle, not like a diet. You know what I mean? Like a diet is just temporary. When you think of those little fad diets or something, it's just something that's temporary. But I'm trying to think of it like a lifestyle. Like this is how I want to eat moving forward. I want to eat. I want to eat well. Oh, I missed this little leaf. I want to eat well. I want to have a healthy body. You only have one body. So I want to be better with that. And so that's why I'm doing it. I want to avoid sickness. I want to heal anything that is sick. That any kind of illness in my body. Also, what I did was I started adding salads. So I was never a big salad person at all. In times past, whenever I ate salads, I was all about the dressing, pouring that dressing on there. It's like you really wanted the dressing, not the salad. Am I the only one? Come on. And so now I am eating salads. I've been eating a salad every single day since January, which is just amazing to me because I was never a salad person. So that's been helpful too because when you start eating more salads, and I make my own dressing, and I measure it out too, so I don't shake a lot of dressing on there. Oh, good, good. You really enjoy salad. Yes, yes. So that's what I've been doing, getting those salads in. That's great. And I watch the dressing. Because dressings tend to have a lot of sodium and sugar in them too. It's a shame. It's like, goodness, you have to look at the back of everything. The container will show you how much sodium, how much sugar is in it. And you'd be so surprised. Something that you think is so healthy can be filled with like so much sodium. And the sodium is per serving. So let's say that you're just pouring. Like the other day, I was like, I want to do burgers. And so I got my ground turkey. I didn't put any sodium in the turkey. I just put like garlic and onions powder, granules. And in there, I made the turkey burgers and I put it, and then I just put ketchup on top of the burger. I didn't have a bun. I just had the burger with, what did I eat the burger with? Oh no, that's not true. I did have a bun. I use Ezekiel bread now, which is a healthier bread. And so I put the burger on top of the Ezekiel bread and then I added some ketchup to it and I ate it. And I was like adding it up in my food app, and the sodium content that day was so high. And I was like, how? All I ate was I didn't even put any salt. And it's the fact that the ketchup had so much sodium in it, and I didn't even realize it. So yeah, and it's like an organic ketchup. The ingredients are really simple, except it has a bunch of sodium, and it's just one little teaspoon or tablespoon that it gives you like whatever it was, like 200 grams, whatever the amount of sodium it was. But I love ketchup, so I was like, I measured out. I had at least 4 tablespoons on each burger. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So now I know. I'm like, I can't even, I have to watch things like that, like ketchup. It can't, you think that ketchup is just tomatoes and you're good, but oh no, no, there's a lot in there. Yes, you make salad dressings. That's great. I have been making my own salad dressing since January as well. I was surprised because I didn't think I could. I was like, that's something that, people who know how to really do, salads know how to make. But I've just been experimenting. I usually use apple cider vinegar, olive oil, and I take the Italian seasoning, and I make sure that my seasonings only have that. They don't have salt in them. And I use garlic granules, but I make sure it's just garlic when you look at the ingredients, because a lot of the seasonings also have salt in them. So if you're trying to just get like some kind of garlic salt, clearly that's some kind of there's some salt in there. You have to watch that. So I just get the garlic granules, the onion powder or granules. I like to use granules instead of powder, and I shake that. So I make my container. I put my apple cider vinegar, the olive oil, the garlic granules, the onion granules, and the Italian seasoning. All of those have no additional salt in them. And then I do add some salt, but I measure it out, one serving, and I put it in there and shake it up, and that's the dressing, and it's really good. And I like it. I like it. It's not too salty, and I don't add a lot of it to the salad. So what I notice is that the more that I do this, the less sugar I'm adding, the less salt I'm adding. So the more things that are sort of bland, if you will, are tasting good. So when you're eating a salad, if you put the less salad dressing you put on it, the more that you're tasting the actual broccoli, the actual lettuce, and your taste buds come alive and they get used to those flavors. And before you know it, you can probably end up eating salad without salad dressing. Now, I haven't done that yet, but It is possible. It is very possible. So I jumped in there. I actually the other day I found that I still had some salad dressing, salad vinegar. It was a balsamic vinegar that was in my cupboard, and I pulled it out and I was like, oh, I wonder if I can make salad dressing with this. So I did try that the other day. I kind of Googled a quick balsamic vinegar recipe, and it was just that with the olive oil and the garlic and the salt and pepper. That's right, don't forget the pepper. I put pepper in there too, and it was fine. It was fine. Um, it probably is a little bit, it might be a little sweeter than the apple cider vinegar. I need to compare but yeah, so you can take any vinegar and do that. I think that there's just certain ones that have less sugar, so you want to watch that. But usually apple cider vinegar, it's all you need, in your olive oil, if anything. Um, and yeah, it's pretty good. So now every day I look forward to the salads. When I used to look forward to, you know, whatever junk I was eating that day, the french fries, the whatever I was going to eat, the pizza slice. Now I'm looking forward to the salads. I'm like, I need to make sure I have my salad. I need to get my salad in today. And it doesn't feel like a chore. It's like what I want to eat, which is so amazing to me because that's never been the case before. So yeah, now I'm like, okay, because I think the more whatever you feed your body, it's gonna crave that. Um, and so the more that we feed it sugar, the more it wants sugar. Because, the second you eat something sweet, all of a sudden you want more, right? Right. And so I'm trying to make sure that I'm feeding my body more of the salad, more of and it's raw salad. It's not like I'm cooking any of the broccoli. I'm putting it all in the bowl and just washing it up and then just eating it. And that is the craving that I have. Now I find that I think of things like cucumber. Sometimes you'll be sitting, just having a moment, and all of a sudden some kind of food thought is popping into your mind. It used to be for me, it used to be cupcakes that used to pop into my mind. But nowadays, it's cucumbers. I'm thinking about cucumbers. I'm like, man, do I have enough at home to finish my salad? Like, I'm thinking about things like that. I'm thinking about broccoli. I'm like, I've never thought this much about broccoli. I've never liked broccoli this much in my life. But nowadays, I'm like, I'm all about this broccoli. I'm like, I go to the supermarket and I go straight to the produce aisle. I remember when I used to go to the supermarket, I used to bypass the produce aisle and go straight to like the cheese aisle, or go straight to the to the pasta aisle or something. It's like I went straight to the junk food aisle. And now I go straight to the produce aisle and I'm excited about it. I'm like, yes, there's the cucumbers. You eat cucumbers by itself with ranch. Okay. Okay, okay. And the thing about ranch is a really bad dressing. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm not trying to blow it up on you. But ranch is a really bad dressing. But it's good that you're eating those cucumbers. It's good. You got to start somewhere, right? So you start where you start. And that's great. That's a great snack. Cucumbers are a great snack. I think they're also good for the summer when it's when it's hot. Cucumbers are like a cooling vegetable, so it kind of cools your body off, especially if you take them straight from the fridge and eat them. So yeah, and that's the other thing that I'm trying to do is I try to kind of check myself on all the stuff I want to go and eat. I have to I talk myself out of it by saying, oh, imagine how much salt that is in that. Imagine how much sugar is in that. Do you really want that? No. You can look it up if you want in terms of just seeing what the sodium and the sugar intake is. That's what it is, and all the stuff that's in it. It's just not the healthiest dressing, but it's such a popular dressing. So a lot of people love ranch. It's just it's not healthy, unfortunately. Sad. I know. It's sad. It's sad to hear that. It's sad to hear that the things that you really, really like, some of the things, most of the things, are just not good for you. Like, I wish that I could just eat cupcakes all day, every day, and have no, no repercussions. But it's like, I can't. oh my gosh, during during the time when we were all kind of stuck in our homes, just a few years ago, actually, when you think about it, I remember every week I went to my favorite bakery. The day that they were telling everyone to go home and stay home, I went to my favorite bakery and I was like, they're saying everybody has to stay home. I need cupcakes. I was like, give me 6 cupcakes. Like I got 6 cupcakes. And I remember that bakery. The person working behind the counter was like, "Oh, we're not gonna close." I'm like, "But they're gonna close everywhere. Everyone's gonna close." And the person behind the counter was like, "We're not gonna close. Trust me." And I was like, "Okay." And sure enough, I went back to that bakery. A couple days later, they were open. And I was like, I need 4 more cupcakes. and then, and I was like, because I know you guys are going to close. And she was like, we're not going to close. She's like, you have to believe me, we're not going to close. And every week for the rest of that period where we were stuck inside of our homes, I went to that bakery twice a week. And I got 4 cupcakes every single time I went. And these are not like these little tiny cupcakes. These are like these, they had some good, nice sized cupcakes. And I would bring those bad boys home, and that was my comfort during the time period. It was me and those cupcakes. And it was just so soothing. I was eating those, so it was rough. Like, I mean, health wise, that was rough. But yeah, I was just like, that was my comfort, the cupcakes, because the sweet, the sugar, for some reason, is like, it is comforting, right? And seeing a pretty cupcake with all its pretty colors, biting into it and feeling like everything is going to be all right with the world. It was just like a trick, of the enemy in your mind. But yeah, those are my go-to. That's my bakery. It's been me and my bakery for decades. Like when I was in a good mood, I go to my bakery. When I was in a bad mood, I went to my bakery. I was just, when it was just Saturday, I was like, I'm stopping by my bakery. Like I was just, it was bad. It was bad. So I'm like, by the time I got to my doctor, what was it, the next year or the year after when we were able to go back to, doctor, my doctor was like, your cholesterol level is up. Like, what happened? Were you snacking on cookies during this time? And I'm like, how did she know? So yeah, I just think it's one of those things where it's so soothing. Sugar has since I was a kid, sugar has been like my thing. So soothing, so comforting. Going to the vending machines while at school, or school lunch. I remember school lunch one year. My school lunch, I'm telling you, this is true. I'm not exaggerating. There was one year where school lunch for me was I would go to the vending machine. I would get oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot about that. I would get apple juice. Very Fine. It was this brand called Very Fine. I don't know if they even sell that anymore. Very Fine apple juice. I would get their apple juice, and then the vending machine next to it, I would buy a brownie, and that was my lunch every day. It was middle school. I would get my apple juice and my brownie. That was lunch. And then when I was jumping on the school bus to go home, before I jumped on the school bus, I went to that vending machine and I bought a Snickers bar. And the Snickers bar was my snack on the school bus every single day. I was That's so terrible when I think about it. Like, oh my gosh, that was so bad. It was like sugar, man. Was my thing. Yes, a lot of people gained weight during that time. Yeah, I gained. How much weight did I gain? I gained some weight. I probably gained like 10 pounds, which is, I guess, nothing compared to what a lot of people gained. Um, but yeah, I definitely gained a good 10 pounds at least during that time period of that time period. It was something else. Um, but yeah, but then ever since then, I was like, okay, you gotta be better. You gotta be better. And so I tried to then start substituting sugary things and, just kind of cutting things out, cutting things down, rather, cutting down. So I told myself, I was like, you're only allowed to go to the bakery such and such amount of times a year, a year. And that first year, I was successful. I only went to that bakery 3 times in that year. The first year I tried that. And I was really, impressed with myself. Now, of course, those 3 times that I went, I probably still got like 6 cupcakes, 2 slices of pizza, like a muffin. I still went in. It was just that I only went 3 times. But the second year I tried it, I was like, it was a wrap. I went there. I don't know how many times I went there. And then last year I went there. I started in like June. And what I tried to do was I tried to delay when I went. So then I went in June, and then I went in July, and then I went in August, then I went in September, and then I skipped October, I think, and then I went in November and December. It was just like, it was bad. There was one time I ordered, because you could place an order. So I tried to be like clever. I was like, I'm gonna place an order for some mini cupcakes. That way I'm not eating as much and it's okay. I'm just gonna go there, get the mini cupcakes, and then that'll be good. And I placed the order, and they messed up my order, and they gave me full-size cupcakes. I was like, oh well, I guess I gotta eat these. Like, terrible, terrible. And of course I ate them. I didn't eat them all in one day, but I still ate those over. I tried to split it up over the period of a week, and it was like a dozen cupcakes. So yeah, it was, it's a work in progress. It's definitely, that's why I'm like, that's an addiction. That's a sugar addiction. Come on, you can't tell me that is not. You cannot tell me. So I told myself this year, as I'm trying to do this sugar thing, this sugar, cutting back on the sugar, that I'm only gonna go no more than 3 times this year. I'm actually trying to get it down to one, but I was like, okay, 1 to 3 times in a year is pretty good. Um, but I'm pushing those times to the end of the year. So I figure that that way it can be like a special treat that's really a rare thing. Because if I start going like now, then I'm gonna be craving it because I will have reintroduced the sugar and the craving will be there. But if I wait until like September, October, then it's the end of the year. And so if the craving hits, it's at the end of the year. It's like I won't have as much time to kind of go back. And before you know, it'll be time to do another fast, that kind of thing. So I'm trying to set myself up for success in that way. But the fun thing is that because I've been eating more salads and I have been really not eating um, a lot of sweet things. Now I'm still having fruit. Fruit is a natural sweetener, so that's kind of sugar, you know what I mean? So you have to watch that too. But because I haven't been eating like cookies and cupcakes and stuff like that, like normal, I don't crave it. So I used to crave it all the time because I was eating it all the time. But now that I'm not really eating it, or I'm not eating it at all, really, at all. Let me just finish that statement. At all, I haven't been craving it. So even though in my mind I'm thinking, well, you still get a chance to have some at the end of the year. I'm not craving it, so it's almost I'm still thinking to myself like, will I want it at the end of the year? So that's going to be the big surprise. Is will I want the cupcakes at the end of the year? I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see. I'm really interested to see how that goes. I think I probably will want it just for like the sake of being able to have it and be able to say, well, I could have it one time and I don't go back. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. But for right now, I'm really enjoying salad times. Salads are wonderful things. I am jamming on these salads, and on my dressing too. Just playing with the dressing things. And because I'm such a picky eater, I tend to just kind of stick with one thing. Um, so the dressing, I stick with the same dressing, but I still like it. Like I'll be thinking about that kale, and I've never liked kale before. It's so interesting, this journey, because I've never liked kale. I thought kale was like a bitter thing, and it does have a little bit of a bitterness to it. But I like it now. I like my kale. So yeah, my lettuce is romaine. I don't use iceberg because romaine has more nutrients in it. So I use my romaine. I use kale. Kale as well has a lot of nutrients in it. You have your iron. Like you need the iron. Um, So kale, the romaine lettuce, I add carrots and I add the broccoli and the cucumbers. That's like my normal salad. And what I try to do is I try to balance out the sugar by I'll add an apple. But I do it like every couple of days, like either every other day or every couple of days. I try to just kind of manage how much sugar I'm taking in that day, and then I'll add the apple if I don't have that much sugar. And yes, there's so many ways to make a salad. Yeah, so there's you never get bored. And there's so many things I can add to it. So sometimes I might add some tomatoes or add some cauliflower. You know, you can add, there's so many things I haven't even started to try yet that you can add to it. Like, gosh, peppers. I think at one time I tried to add some red peppers and I wasn't that fond of it, but you know, that's that picky eater mentality thing. I just need to get used to it. But I can add some peppers. When I tried to add tomatoes, I wasn't a tomato eater really. So that was an interesting experiment. And I liked it. I liked the tomatoes. I didn't like it a whole lot, so I don't buy it frequently. But the tomatoes were okay. Um, Tomatoes are good. They have good nutrients in them as well. You don't want to add too much because they are a source of sugar. So there's that. But yeah, it's just adding little things. And you know, getting even the other leaves, the other lettuces, the types of lettuce, the other types of lettuce, like what are they called? Like I don't even know all of their names, but like spinach and that red lettuce. I can't think of the name of it right now. Clearly, I don't buy it enough to know the name of it. But yeah, there's so much you can add to your salad, and you could still add chicken. You could add tuna. You could add salmon. You can still add things to your salad. So, to make it more filling, if you're worried about not being filled, adding some protein will fill you up a little bit more. So, that's my next phase now is me trying to add meat to my salad. Um, I haven't really been practicing that much. Usually, I'll eat the salad without any meat in it. But yeah, adding like grilled chicken, you can get the chicken, grill it up, put it in there, um, and yeah. So there's things that you can add to it, and even me talking about it makes me go, oh yeah, let me go get some chicken so I can so I can do that in my salad this week. I do have to go to the store maybe tomorrow to get some more supplies. The only drawback to eating healthy is no, there's a couple drawbacks. The one drawback is the expense. Why does the healthy stuff cost so much more? It's like, do you guys want us to be healthy? Like, so there's that, and you have to go to the supermarket more times. Whilst before, when I was buying things at the supermarket, I was buying things that you know I could throw in the freezer or put in the cupboard, and they last you know for weeks. I can go to the supermarket one day in the beginning of the month, and then I'm good for the rest of the month because everything in my cupboard was like processed food. Everything was a can of this, a frozen that. Um, and now that I'm doing fresh vegetables, I had to go like twice a week to get my lettuce. And that's one of my drawbacks. I'm like, man, I don't want to have to go to the supermarket so much. Like, why can't I buy this one bag of lettuce and let it last for like a month? But there's just not enough because you need the lettuce. So you need the lettuce and it goes bad because it's good. It's like, it's healthy and it's, it's not processed. So there's that. That's the drawback is having to go to the supermarket multiple times, having to buy more than I used to have to buy, and having to spend more. But I guess all in all, you're not really spending more because if you cut out the other stuff, like if I cut out the chips and if I cut out the pie crust or whatever I was buying that was bad for me, I'm gonna use that money for the lettuce. And so it's like you're just repurposing the money in the right place. Um, Now, if you're buying it for a whole household of 5 kids and you and your spouse, it gets a little tough. It definitely does. But the amount of money that you pay to make sure that you're having healthy food it's going to be far less than the amount of money that you pay to take care of someone who's sick, or to pay for the medicine that it costs, like diabetes medicine, the blood pressure medicine, the whatever, all the other thing medicines. And so I'm thinking about it like that, from that standpoint. Like it's an investment into my body. It's an investment into my health and making sure that I stay healthy and that I don't have to go purchase those medicines, because those medicines are pricey, right? So it's like as much as you can, because obviously there's things that are beyond your control sometimes. But yeah, my goal is, if I can control it, let me control it. And I think that food is something that we can control. We can control what we choose to put in our mouths. Um, you may not always like to eat that kale, but it's better for you than the corn chips, or the the French fries, which was another one of my things. French fries, come on. So now I'm like, I used to think I was doing better by just buying the frozen fries and like putting it in the toaster oven so it's not getting fried in oil. So I thought I was doing something. Now, of course, that is better than frying it in oil, but you're still putting the processed fries in your body. And man, I loved some French fries. So yeah, I might do that too, like a once a year type of thing for French fries as well. Um, or try to cut things down, because that's my goal, is to, you know I'm not trying to say that I can never have sugar again, or I can never have cake again. I'm just trying to say I want it to be a rare thing. I want it to be truly be something that is like, that you rarely have, because I was eating that stuff every week. I would go to the supermarket, I would buy a bag of frozen French fries. I would slather them with ketchup. And that was a meal. That was a meal. It's just like, these little things that you do that you don't think about, because it's comforting. Eating French fries is a comforting food. It's a comforting thing. So I would do that. It was easy. It was like a quick meal at the end of the day, or if I was running to work, or I was coming home from work, and it was just a quick kind of meal. I could just toss it in that toaster oven, and while it's toasting, I could go, take a shower or whatever I was trying to do, and then come back, it's cooked, and I could just take it out, eat it real quick, and go to bed. Like, and so that's how it was. So now I'm trying to just think better, and be more purposeful about that day. So if I know the day is going to be busy, I'm trying to plan better to know, okay, what are we going to eat? Well, let's make the plan now, so that you're not, choosing your food based on just an intense moment or an intense feeling. Because it's like, when you're having those feelings of feeling overwhelmed, that's when you usually reach for the bad stuff. Is it just me? And so I'm trying to make it so that I know the week ahead. If I know the week ahead is going to be busy, I know it's going to be intense and stressful, let me make a plan for the food ahead of time, so that I know what I'm going to eat, so that I don't make a poor decision based on a momentary, fleeting feeling. And I think that that's also sort of a discipline that's good for life, just to keep yourself from making bad decisions in the moment, in a bad moment, because everybody has bad moments. But the question is how do you handle those moments? What do you do? And I always picture like the devil, just bizarre, standing on a like neck, or like some kind of devilish creature, like stand like on the side of your shoulder, just trying to like get you to do the wrong thing, to get you to take the bait. And it's up to you to be like, I'm not taking the bait today. I don't care what you say. I don't care how I'm feeling. I'm gonna change my mindset so that I don't agree, and I don't take the bait, and I don't make that decision. I don't say that wrong thing, and I don't do that wrong thing, because greater is he that is within me than he that's within the world. Like, just, your food and your faith, how you take care of yourself. It all comes together, and I'm trying to be better with all of that. Oh, I like my little pink page, my little pink highlighting. I think it came out nice. I'm gonna use this pink and this blue for the scripture reference too. And today's scripture was found in the book of Romans. Look at this. Look how I went all the way outside the lines. Like, why does that happen? It always makes me laugh. In Romans chapter 5, verse 18, therefore, as by the offense of one judgment came upon all men to condemnation, even so by the righteousness of one, the free gift came upon all men unto justification of life. So, yes, the offense that happened in that Garden of Eden brought sin into the world, onto the men, unto the us, unto mankind. And that offense caused that condemnation to come. But the obedience of Jesus, the obedience that he made in dying on the cross, he made it so that we are justified. Just as if, I know when people say that, just as if I never sinned, by his blood we are justified. You color out the lines too, yes. But it's so funny how it always happens on these. On these. It's just hilarious. But yeah, I'm grateful that God justified us through his finished work on the cross. We are justified by faith. It's your faith in the blood of Jesus. So I'm using this pink and blue for my scripture reference, which is in the book of Romans. And we definitely have some more cute coloring pages to come in the month of May. I was thinking of doing a whole Romans series. I'll let you know if that happens. But yes, here's our masterpiece. Voila! It's our pretty sunshine. Big, bright yellow color on this one and this face too. And I gave them both pink cheeks, pink blushy cheeks. So it was like a good pink blush cheek. And then the rays of the sunshine, I used some, different colors. I used some green, some purple, some orange. I still used some yellow in there, so that was cool. And down here for this flower, I used that same purple and orange and yellow that I used in here. I didn't add any green in this one, but I did bring the green into these leaves down here. So in the leaves, I took I used a new pink color, and I used that pink here on our cup, and I used it in our leaves, and I also used it to outline all around the picture. But I like the pink, the blue, that green that we used in our leaves. We also used it in our tea, and we used it in our rays, our sun rays. So that was cool too. And I like the color combination of the pink, blue, green, and yellow. I thought that was really nice. And then I did some outlining over here with these shapes. Did some yellow outlining, some pink outlining. And, oh, you know what? Hold on. I missed this one right here. We're going to outline it. Give it a little pink action. No heart left behind. Yes. Lovely. And there was something I missed too on this side. Maybe this blue right here for this little petal. There we go. There we go. Did I miss anything else? I don't know. I'm gonna make this right here blue. There may not have been a leaf, but let me see. Did I catch all of them? I think I did. Yes, we caught all of the leaves. And we made our leaves some fun colors with the pink and the blue and the yellow. And of course we added some green. And I thought that was really nice. And I love how my cup was this nice bright blue. And I gave it some pink and yellow trim. And we made our tea green. And in honor of cold brew season, which is upon us. Hopefully next time I'll have some more cold brew options to share with you as cold brew season is coming, and I'm so excited about it. We can talk about how best methods and things that work for it. And I can show you my process if you want. If you are new to brewing tea and you don't know, I'll show you what I do. I keep it simple. Everything I do is as simple as possible, as quick and simple as possible. When I cook, it's quick and simple. When I make my tea, it's quick and simple. I just don't have time. I don't have all the time to do all the things. I like it to be quick. Um, the thing that takes the most time now is me making salads. The salads takes a lot of time now. The chopping, it's the chopping of the lettuce and the chopping of the broccoli and everything like that. But it's been such a peaceful time making those salads, like the peace of just kind of standing and just chopping, quietly chopping. And I usually put on some Bible and listen to the Bible. Um, like a sermon or something on YouTube while I chop, and it's just been really peaceful, this salad experience. So if you decide to go into eating more salads, I would encourage you to put on something peaceful and just, while you chop, and go ahead and chop away. Put all the ingredients on the counter and just choppa. And it's really good. It's really relaxing. I was listening to this. There is one of the channels, one of the YouTube channels was doing a 90-day Bible challenge. So I've been listening to that because they read the Bible, and so you can listen, read along. And so that's been really great. Like, I've been doing a bunch of different Bible challenges and pushing as much Bible in as possible, because the more that you push in of God's word, the stronger that you become in your faith, the stronger that you become, and as you walk through life. And that strength will help you in every area of your life, including your food. Helps to help you to develop that discipline to say no, help you to develop that discipline to say no to the wrong things and say yes to the right things. So I'm grateful that God has set up different things to help us to be successful. So definitely take advantage of those things that that will add more success to your life. Do the little things as you can in order to build up to the bigger things, right? Like, do what you can. Today I used the Ohuhu markers. If you're new and just stopping by, I use these Ohuhu markers with the dual tips. I left the link in the description. We finished our beautiful picture. Thank you for your suggestions. Thank you for your commentary. It's really wonderful. And yes, I think that we'll do this again tomorrow night, right? Shall we? I think we shall. I thank you so much. I'm so delighted that you took this peaceful time for yourself. And I'm honored that you chose to spend that time with me. Thank you for joining this calm coloring session this evening. And be sure to subscribe and set your notifications to all so that you know when I go live, because sometimes I like to pop up and surprise you. Like, today was sort of a pop up. I only posted like 15 or 20 minutes before I went live. That wasn't on purpose. It was just that I was really trying to take a rest day, and I just took too long to post that I was going to go live. Sorry about that. But I do like to pop up sometimes, so feel free to hit that notification and hit your notifications, set them to all, and join me whenever I go live. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that like button, will you? Go ahead, you want to. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. We are a wonderfully calm, coloring community around here. We're filled with lovely, calm people, and it would be great to have you join us. And when you subscribe, you're able to jump in the chat and offer color suggestions, and that's always fun. So thank you again for watching. If you enjoy listening to me read scripture, if you enjoy listening to my voice, take a look at my playlist. I have a few different playlists on my channel. One of them is a audio Bible playlist where you can listen to me read scriptures, and that's really wonderful for when you're trying to sleep, or if you're trying to just get some encouragement in your day. Listening to scriptures is a wonderful way to encourage yourself and to help you relax before bed, or just help you to relax in the middle of a strenuous, anxious situation. I like to listen to scripture a lot, and memorizing scripture as well. And if you are someone who likes to listen to bedtime stories, if you're an adult who likes to listen to bedtime stories, I have an adult bedtime story playlist. Feel free to click on the bedtime tea, one more steep before sleep adult bedtime story playlist. There's nothing crazy in there. If you do, I know I have some friends who have let their children listen to the stories. There's nothing like crazy in there, but it is for adults. So keep that in mind. And they're just fun, lighthearted stories. There's mystery in there. There's a little bit of light romance. And it's just fun, lighthearted storytelling, perfect for relaxing at the end of your day and getting your mind off of whatever happens to be going on. So feel free to take a listen to the adult story playlist or the audio Bible playlist, both of which will be, I'm sure, a great blessing to you. And I thank you for the hearts. Thank you for stopping by. We will do this again tomorrow night, and I just haven't decided what time yet. But I will post it in the tab to let you know. But I thank you so much for stopping by, and I thank you for watching. And I pray that the rest of your night is peaceful and sweet. And I pray that when you lie down, you will not be afraid, and your sleep will be sweet. That's straight out of the Bible. Proverbs 3:24, in case you ever wonder what I'm saying when I say that. And here's our lovely picture. And I thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for stopping by, Coloring with Taylor Made and La Sharika at Home. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Until next time, Jolly Tea Drinkers. Good night.